experience. And you know, it's a wonder they hadn't locked me up because they teased me, this director of nurses, or the owner of the hospital, Dr. Bullard, he would tease me all the time because when I went to apply for a job, I was so upset and depressed because, you know, I needed to work, and this place I had to go in town to see if I could find a job. So we talked in his office, and he was a big old fat man, old, and not much hair, horn-rimmed glasses and stuff. So we talked, and he asked me if I'd ever worked in a psychiatric hospital. And I said no. And he said, do you even know what psychiatric hospital, what it is? And I said no. And so I started to cry. Tears was running down my face. And I looked at him and I said, I have been everywhere in town. Nobody wants me. Nobody will hire me because I haven't had a job and nobody thinks I can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've been there.
And I looked at this man who owned this nut house, the psychiatric hospital, and I looked at him and said, if you would just hire me, you won't have to pay me, but I have to make somebody believe I can do something. Well, it's a wonder he hadn't thrown me in a padded cell because, you know, so he was squirming around his chair over there and wiping his mouth and rubbing his chin and everything. And then he was looking for papers and stuff. And he said he did all of that stuff because he was an older man. He said of all of his years as a doctor, going to school to be a doctor, and he had never heard anybody say to him, you don't have to pay me, just hire me, because nobody thinks I know how to do anything. So he said to me, okay, I'll go over all of this and I will call you tomorrow or the next day at the latest, but I'll probably call you tomorrow. And I got up and left, and I can't say nothing because I know I'm going to cry if I open my mouth, so I went out and I sat in my car and I cried, and I said, well, that's it. If the crazy people don't want me, then there's nowhere else to go. And he said when I left the office, he laughed and laughed, and then he said he wanted to kick himself in the butt because he said, I was so honest, I was heartbroken. I was really down, and I didn't know where else to go, but I had to go somewhere. I had to work. And he said, I have to give her a job. Even if she don't know how to turn pages in the newspaper, I'll have to give her a job and help her, teach her something so she can work. So they called me to come to work. I went to work and we went on this women's ward. People were really crazy. They didn't know who they were, what they were, where they were, could have cared less. So this male aide was there, and we had 2 female workers on this unit. And when he'd go in the office, I went behind him. If he came out, I went out too, so I could see around the back of him, see what's going on. But when we'd stop at the office, I kept forgetting that he had to stop and unlock the door for us to get in. And every time we went in, I was so close that when he'd stop, the toes of my shoes would hit the heels of his, he'd look. And finally, one day he said to me, Opal, you're doing all right. You got the job, and ain't nobody gonna take it away. But there's one thing you have got to do. And I said, oh, what? Get the hell off of my feet. He said, every time I stop, you're so close. He said, I can't get my shoes on in the morning. My heels are so sore. And you're hitting me like that. He said, you got to stay back a little bit. Because when I get to the office, I have to stop and unlock the door. I get to some of the rooms, if the door's closed, I have to stop and unlock that door. And yeah, I know that. But he said, I'd come to work, and he said I could park my car and I'd think about, oh God, I wonder if it's Opal's day off or if she's gonna beat all over my heels again today. But I was so afraid of those people. They were crazy. My gosh, it's like being with a bunch of mad dogs. But I don't know if I thought they'd eat me for dinner or what, but I just finally gave me a key so I could get in and out without him. He said, boy, if there was ever a red letter day in his life, this was it.